we're lucky. We've only been down in the 20s, above zero, not below.
Dude, we've been fucking cold for a week, and I don't know how you all do it up there for so long.
You don't have a choice.
I mean, I'm ready to fucking shoot somebody.
Well, I mean, that's why there's so many teenage pregnancies up here.
This is the Five Dirty Bikers podcast, brought to you by Wild Ass Seats, keeping your rear in gear for the long haul. Join the Five Dirty Bikers on YouTube and chat with us on Discord. Visit fivedirtybikers.com to get your apparel and everything else. Now sit back, grab a drink, and let's get dirty as we dive into the world of bikes, keeping it raw and real. Here are the Five Dirty Bikers.
Well, it's not from you.
Okay, wait a minute. Because they can't leave their home?
Because it's so cold, you need to find a place to be warm.
You think the family tree grows straight in Kentucky? Go to North Dakota.
I'm telling you, that's kind of was my takeaway from what he said.
It's a branchless bitch.
Yeah.
Just trunk.
What do they call it? Close quarter syndrome. Isn't that what they call that?
I don't know, man. We were locked up for a week, and I was ready to lose it.
No, in fact, the Mennonite and Amish communities up here, they send out people to bring in their stud services. So you can stud service around here in some of the Amish communities.
Are we talking horses or people?
Yeah, well, I mean people.
What?
People, yeah. Because they need to get because they don't want outsiders in their community, so they have people come into stud service so their family trees branch.
How much they pay for that?
I'm saying, are y'all hiring?
Is that is that an hourly rate?
I've just heard about it. I haven't been involved with it. Wink.
Yeah.
He leaves and comes back with a new car. Oh no!
There's a Mennonite community there with all these 8-foot motherfuckers walking around
with beards at 13.
Yeah, they do that anyway.
That's normal up there.
They're all 7 foot and they're saying root beer.
Mm-hmm. Are you bullshitting, or can you actually make money doing that?
I don't know if you can make money, but
that doesn't sound legal.
But they do it. Yeah, they do it.
Wow.
If I Google that, it'll be blocked in my state if it's supposed to be blocked anyway.
You can't Google it from Pornhub.
Yeah, use the VPN.
Just Google it. So wait a minute now. How many things are actually blocked, Prentice, with your new state referendum?
Well, I just Googled Mennonite stud service, and all it gives me are horses and nothing. So I'm not exactly sure. Oh, horses and Amish puppy mills. So
they probably don't advertise on the internet because they don't have electricity.
Yeah, I'd say that was frowned upon on the internet.
It's just those, It's one of those flyers they put up in the grocery store. You just walk up and pull the little tab off the bottom. You know that.
What does it say? Dictated.
Do they use something like the swingers use a pineapple? Do they have like a donkey or something? They
just have a big penis on the thing.
I'm unclear as to what their special signs are, but.
Well, hey, listen, if you happen to be a Mennonite or an Amish person and you're listening to this on the radio, you're not supposed to have. Can you shoot us a note and let us know how this works?
They probably have one of those little tear-off things on the horse and buggy.
What's the labor rate?
We need
to know what the labor rate is.
We have people that listen to FDB that are from PA, and I mean that's like
a lot of Amish. Like we have Amish here in Kentucky.
But they're not allowed to listen to the radio, are they?
They just call them Amish, Tony. But those guys are cooking meth like everybody else that lives.
They might be, because they do a lot of the framing, in the construction world.
No wonder why all your houses are crooked as fuck,
dude. I don't know. Them some bitches, they can swing a hammer. I'll give them that.
In more ways than one.
Yeah, they don't fuck around when it comes to that.
Mm.
I heard you were looking for my services.
How much for half a shot?
They see you, Prentice, coming with that handlebar mustache, and they're like, "We got plenty of you already."
Yeah, they have me at like 12 years old. I don't have enough beard for them. They're like, nah, let this guy go. Nah, he's not our stud. Not this one.
They don't rock. There's no mustaches. They don't rock that mustache.
No, I'm too old for them. They see me and they're like grandly Father Time coming in there.
Yeah, no shit, man. Go in here and throw a hip out. All right. What the fuck? Where was that tangent? Jesus Christ.
I don't know how we got into that.
We were talking about cold, and the next thing we're talking about Amish breed.
Sounds about
Where
right.
do we go from here?
Yeah.
There's nowhere to go from here. I mean, we've maxed out, right? We shot our wad early, no pun intended.
so to speak.
So to speak.
When is Rumspringa?
Who?
What is it?
When is
Rumspringer.
When is it? It's an age, not a
Yeah,
time
I think
of
it's
year.
16,
Oh,
isn't
is
it?
that when they? That's when
Well, I
they
thought
let
it was
them
like
out to
spring
the real
break.
world.
No, it's not spring break. It's they're like they're like 16 years old and they're like, okay, you can go away from home and go have sex and do drugs and drink beer and all that kind of stuff. And then if you decide you want to be Amish, you come back and you give up all those evil things.
I wonder what's the conversion rate on that.
It's like, get it out of your system, dude. I think a lot of them go back because I think it scares the shit out of them. They come out to the real world and they're like, nope, I don't want to do this.
You know, it's hard to blend in with those fucking homemade blue jeans.
Right.
You know what I mean?
I think the other thing that happens is when they hit the dating scene and they haven't showered in 3 weeks and they're like, dude, this is gonna be, it's gonna be,
What?
gonna be. They have at least around here they have some different ideas when it comes to because they don't have air conditioning. So in the summertime when it's hot as balls, that's what they smell like is balls. So
They don't have a lot of things.
Yeah,
They do use power tools though. On the job site.
Take a shower. Take a shower once a week. And, you know, they fill one of those big troughs up, and then all 10 of them share the same bathwater. So you just don't want to be number 8 or 9.
I think I need to get my boots on. I think the shit's getting deep.
Yeah.
And if that's the case, the labor rate has to go up during those times.
Hey, I worked with a lady in a hospital, and she grew up in West Virginia, and she was boomer age. So at least Tony and Dave's age. And
you motherfucker, I'm no boomer.
I'm not a boomer.
And she said she grew up in a house with dirt floors and no running water or electricity. And this is in West Virginia.
Yeah, could see that.
Well, that's fucking what's surprising about that?
Is that just another Tuesday for you?
That's fucking West Virginia, man. You ever been to West Virginia?
No.
The tooth to tattoo ratio is way the fuck off in that state.
I know my brother-in-law had a moving truck that broke down there and it got stolen.
Wow.
He left a moving truck on the entrance of an off-ramp on the interstate, and they took their car to go get help, and they came back and the moving truck was gone.
Well,
all their worldly possessions.
Yeah, that checks out. That's about right.
And 2 young men at the gas station. I think I told you guys this story. Well, I guess Andy and Prentice wouldn't have heard it, but 2 young men at the gas station said they knew where it was. And so they closed the gas station in the middle of the night. And these 2 kids, they're running the gas station in their cut off blue jeans and their cowboy boots and their football jersey shirts. Brought the things that you cut locks with. Those fucking giant bolt cutters. Yeah. Brought a giant bolt cutter, brought them to some weird, yard out in the middle of nowhere. And their moving truck was sitting in there. And they're like, the local tow truck guy does this all the time. And then people don't know where it is and know how to find it. Then he just steals their shit. So these kids cut the fence open. My brother-in-law went in there and stole the moving truck back.
Dude, that's fucking
wait a minute.
awesome.
The truck broke down and then it was towed and then it started and he drove it off.
He got it back to this gas station where these kids had, because they were an authorized U-Haul dealer, and he got it over there. And then these 2 kids, they backed the trucks up to one another with the tailgates open and then switched all their stuff out. And then they kept the broken down U-Haul, and he drove away with the one that was working. But he had to go steal it out of an impound yard in West Virginia.
So they went butt to butt and transferred.
Yep.
Wow.
It's fart
There you go.
transplant.
I've heard of that.
Oh my God, West Virginia.
Is that also
Virginia
something
Ninja. What was it? The West Virginia Hot Pocket?
Yeah, I was just gonna say that.
It's disgusting.
That was a thing, wasn't it?
Oh, that was a thing. If I'm not mistaken, we did a whole dissection of that on one podcast.
But that wasn't the thing we were supposed to be talking about tonight, though.
The West Virginia Hot Pocket? No, what are we talking about tonight?
The Georgia Gum Slider?
I don't think we're talking about that either.
Damn it.
What are we talking about? Are we talking about future plans? What are we doing this year?
Did we do it? Did we just like wing it? Is we doing this? Let's go.
Well, I thought we were talking.
I can't even remember what I did last year. No, let's think about this year. Jesus.
Well, we're going to kind of talk about what everybody's got planned for 2025. What are your... I know Ryan's got a lot of stuff going on with his motorcycle that he said he was done with.
Prentice kept his stock.
Yeah, he did. Good job, Prentice.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, thank you.
Good follow through there.
But that was 2024. 2025. It's going to stay stock now.
He's not going to do anything more to it, right?
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, leave it just like it is.
Prentice, can you talk about the black and the green?
No, I don't want to get into that. But I do want to say what I will be doing to my bike. Okay. Plot twist.
We don't want to know what you're going to be doing to your bike. What are you going to add to your bike?
That's a good distinction. Yeah. So let's start there. I'm going to go with a 124 kit. I'm going to do a 124 kit.
Wow.
Are you seriously? You're going to go from a 107 to 124?
Yeah.
It's just a bolt-on top end. Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
Stock,
is that the one? Yeah.
Yeah. Stock. You have stock heads. It's already got the cam. That's why I put that. So I got this. Have you guys ever seen the boombox, the Alloy Art boombox air cleaner?
Yep.
Fucking massive. Well, I got it, and I put it on because I'm kind of everything I'm doing now is in preparation for the 124. And I was kind of torn on. You can get it in two configurations. You can do it. I think it's 10.75 to 1 or 11 to 1. I think I'm going to go at 11 to 1. Florida's kind of weird about that, but my tuner is a pretty solid dude, and he's like, yeah, you'll be fine with 11 to 1. So I'm trying to build everything like cam included that I've already have in there toward the 124. So that's coming.
And what kind of cam did you get?
The SNS 475C.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do they make another one?
Yeah, they have like, well, a lot of people say the 465 hits better than the 475.
It
and the
depends.
475 sounds good.
It depends on what you want, though. So the 465 is their quote-unquote torque cam. So if you want to feel it pull, the 465 is the way to go. But if you want to go fast, the 475 is the way to go. It's the horsepower cam. So
what's the budget on that project? Out of curiosity.
Enough.
We can't speak of these things on air.
My wife is listening, Dave.
Because then it becomes
you got that $99.99 special, $99.99 special.
That's
everything's
exactly
$250.
Yeah. Right. That's exactly right. No, I do have good connections and good people that I have found in this world. One of which, and I'll give him a shout out all the time. It's Vaughn from 850 Speed Shop up in Panama City. If you're in the area, stop by and see him. He'll hook you up. But yeah, he's a good dude. I just, I've made a lot of good friends and we make some good deals. So he does good work and I'm excited to see what happens. The shittiest part, I don't even say shittiest. The shittiest part is the drive to Panama City because it's still, even though it's in Florida, it's 6 hours away from me.
Yeah, right? It's a fucking clip, man.
It is. And it's like, it's in 6 hours. I think in 6 hours I can get to the Keys. But and that's a decent drive. You're going down 95. You get to see things. This is like going through the forest.
Yeah, the middle.
No
of
matter
Florida.
which way you slice it. Yeah. So that part sucks, but no, it's nice. There's a good scene in Panama City.
Tony,
are you doing the Screaming Eagle kit or are you doing the SNS?
SNS kit. Yeah. I think I'm gonna do that. Oh no, that or Fuel Moto. I haven't decided yet. One of the two.
Do the SNS kit.
Yeah, I like that the pistons that come with the Fuel Moto kit.
Oh, sure.
So, yeah.
Tony, if you just sold all the takeoff parts in your garage, you could probably get the 124 kit for your bike.
I probably could. Actually, I got rid of a lot of them.
Did you?
Yes.
Did you sell them or just get rid of them?
I threw them away.
Oh,
see, I am habitual throwawayer of old parts.
Yeah.
But I was like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm going to try to use Marketplace for once. And I did. And I have sold almost everything on Marketplace. I mean, I price it low because I'm going to throw it away if not.
Right.
But I've sold pretty much everything and made some pretty good money on Marketplace.
I accumulate so much shit, man, that I have to purge.
Don't you have to meet people in a sketchy parking lot and give them a cardboard box and that kind of thing to sell stuff on Marketplace?
I mean, you could get knocked in the head and cornholed. I mean, the whole thing's very sketchy.
I tried to sell a piece of furniture on Marketplace, and every single person that reached out to us was not even from America. And I was like, why do you want this fucking dresser? You're not even, you don't even live here.
There's a lot of scams.
I got so pissed off about it. I was like, fuck Marketplace.
Yeah.
I'll put that dresser in my front yard and pour gasoline on it and light it on fire and have a bonfire and cook hot dogs.
If we ever had a guy come around to the garbage, he'd hit like fucking pay dirt. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's true. I have thrown some decent stuff away, but the only thing that's like that's not selling, and probably for good reason, would be like my stock cam chest parts. Like, because I mean, it only had 4,000 miles when I did the cam.
Away, man.
I'm honestly, I'm probably just gonna like clean the cam up and just put it up here somewhere, like just have it in the room.
It's only like that long.
I know. Just hang it up. Yeah, just hang it up dirty.
Yeah, keep it dirty.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah,
nobody wants a clean cam.
No,
my wife does.
That'd be.
No, I'll probably do something. Yeah, I'll do something like that. Like the oil pumping stuff is worthless because it's got the old M8. You know, I upgraded the oil.
Well, it was worthless when it was installed.
Yeah, true. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just did, and I didn't even do like the SNS oil pump. I just did the 2020 plus. They say it's just as good. Just got the 10 teeth.
Yeah, they upgraded all that.
Yeah, but it's good. It's ready. The 124 is coming probably within the next couple months. I'd say. I'd like to do it before Bike Week, but I've got a lot going on. So
Ryan, did that SNS oil pump fix your sump problem?
99% of it.
99% of it.
Yeah, I still get a little bit of it, but I would say that 99% of it's gone. You know, and it's super rare, to be honest with you, now when I get any issues. So it's not, I would say probably not any worse than the stock configuration, right? It's not any worse than anybody that just takes off the stock air cleaner and puts on an aftermarket air cleaner and gets blow by. It's not any worse than that. So I mean, but the actual blow by that I was getting prior to the install of that, all of that's gone. Because that was significant. I mean,
you were getting quite a bit.
Yeah, I had quite a lot of oil.
And what's that air cleaner you have?
I have the Arlen Ness. I think it's turbine, but it's an Arlen Ness. But the nice thing I like about the one that I ended up getting is that it's kind of an all-weather air cleaner because I don't have to have a rain sock on mine the air cleaner itself is water resistant or whatever you want to call it. And so it doesn't suck a lot of water in, so I don't get that bogged down feeling if I get caught in rain. And you guys know me, I always fucking get caught in rain. So
I love the rain.
Yeah.
I actually like it too.
I love the rain so much that we have a in our group chat, we've been talking about different rain gear. We're all trying to upgrade our rain gear and what are we going to do this year? And I've kind of decided that there's just two pieces. I'm going to upgrade my gloves this year because Odin makes some rain gloves that are quite awesome. And I'd like to get yeah, Odin has them. No, but it's not Odin's. Thrash and Supply. Thrash and Supply.
You know what I found the best rain gear to be?
A trash bag.
My couch.
Yeah, exactly. Staying home.
Stay home.
Yeah, no, Thrash and Supply has nice rain gear, but they want a lot for it. So, but they have these really cool boot things like I don't know what are those things called, Dave? The
Gators?
No. Well, they're kind of like these slip over your boot zone. They go all the way up. They go up
like
to your
the Harley
knees.
ones.
Yeah, but they're similar to that. So Thrash and Supply has those, and then some pretty good gloves that Velcro over the top of your rain gear, so that you're not getting that rain blowing up your sleeve and that kind of stuff. So I don't know. I think I'll upgrade my gloves and maybe those boot things, and then just roll with my gear for a while until next year.
I like the Thrashing stuff, man. I think they make some nice stuff.
Yeah, I think it was Thrashing. It might be Odin. I don't know. Both of them are nice because we've had Odin's gear too, and they've got some good stuff.
I have their exhaust on my bike, and it's probably one of the best sounding ones I've had.
Do you really?
Exhaust.
So that's one thing talking about upgrades. That's one thing I need to look at, because the Cobra, like I love this Cobra 2-in-1. It's the 4.5 2-in-1, and it's a great exhaust. But even on their site, it says it's great for like up to like what they call stage 2. I can't stand using the term stage, but like, cammed bikes. But anything past that, they say, it just it doesn't do what it should. And I need to start thinking about a different exhaust when I do that 124 build too. And I was thinking thrashing with the anti-reversion system.
Yeah, that's
because same thing. Like I wanted to not like thrashing at first. Like I'm that like anti like fuck. Like there's just it's an influencer thing, whatever. And then I started buying shit. I'm like, all right, no, like I got the risers,
it's legit
the bar.
stuff,
like,
man.
This
It's
is
legit
shit.
stuff. It really is.
And he's wearing a Thrasher shirt right now.
Yeah,
Yeah, I am. Yeah, seriously. Yeah, this was
all
one
legit
of my gifts.
stuff. Everything
Product
I've
placement.
purchased from him has been
I know.
really nice.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. It's good shit. So they're one that I'm looking at, and then of course, I was thinking about the D&D, whatever they call it. Is it the billet cat that they call? I don't want the mid length. I want a full length.
Yep.
Yeah.
Do the full length.
And I would love to have a thunder header, but like all of my homies that have black thunder headers in Florida have to recoat them like at least once a year. It seems like because of all the
you know
salt
what?
and shit in
There's
there.
two things about the thunder headers too. So I've heard obviously they're probably one of the best sounding Harley pipes made, but they are also made with very shitty parts. And so almost all of them end up either having to re-weld or replace the connector to the pipe. Like that, the part, you know what I mean? Like that breaks all the time. Like a broken thunder header is probably the most common thunder header there is.
Yeah.
Dave, you waited fucking
they have
forever for D&D,
welds.
didn't you?
I waited so long after they took my money. I told them to fuck off and give my money back.
Yeah, you waited forever.
Actually,
Yeah.
I got really lucky because I actually went through the dealer to order that. So the dealer refunded my money
What'd you
and
end
dealt
up
with
with?
D&D. I ended up getting the Two Brothers, the TBR.
The TBR.
Yeah.
That's
I-
a
yeah, I
mean
tried those
on
sounding
the Fat
fucker
Bob.
too, man.
Those were great, man. I love
sound
those
good,
pipes
yeah.
on the Fat Bob, and the colors just turned amazing, purple and blue, and
The TBR was a really nice sounding pipe and really looked good, especially after it had weathered, but it robbed power. TBR is not a power building pipe.
no, it pushed the it moved the torque band out to where I didn't
Any
like it.
shorty will. You need
Yeah.
full length to keep
Yeah.
the back pressure.
That was
Yeah.
the only bad thing.
That's what
about
she
it.
said.
Hell
Yeah.
yeah.
You just
But
gotta.
yeah, I would.
you just gotta
I got
breathe through the
I got
pressure.
really pissed with D&D because, and again, this was back during COVID, right? So supply chain problems and stuff, but they just weren't honest about it.
He is
You
now.
know?
It's advertised on his website now.
Yeah, they kept 5 and 10 daying me to death every time I
That
talked to them,
sucked.
and then eventually it was like, okay, you don't even have the materials to make this stuff,
Yeah.
after 4 or 5 months.
It says right on their website now. It says something like 14 to 18 week wait list.
Yeah,
Dude, that's great. That was like my,
Fuck
and I
that,
almost,
dude.
it was the same it was the same when I looked at, because I was going to go back to the Borzilla on my Dyna.
Yeah.
It made more power with the Borzilla than it did with the HPI. And I went to them and they're like, oh yeah, it's like 20 week lead time. I'm like, oh no, I'm good then.
Yeah, fuck that.
I'm
straight.
okay if you're upfront with that, but just be honest about it, right? Don't
Yeah.
take somebody's money and then just keep every time they call you, just give another line of bullshit.
We
Yeah.
can do that here because we have like a 20 week winter. So if you get on it and order in the wintertime, you don't even have to worry about it. You
Exactly.
get your shit when
Whatever.
you want to. Yeah.
You know, it'd be different though with me. If it's a couple $100, I don't mind waiting. But when you take like $2,000 of my money
I know, right?
Yeah.
up front, you
Yeah,
know, if you
upfront,
want to,
yeah.
if you want to wait until you ship it to charge me, that's fine. But when you take like $2,000 and then I'm 5-6 months down the road, fuck you. Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
So I got a question for you, Tony. You had posted a picture of you were testing a hammock in your garage. Now that looks like a contraption that you could put in a saddlebag and take on your bike and go motorcycle camping.
You can, and actually, that's a Tenza stand, and they make a version. Actually, you can use that one where you can only use 2 of those poles
Okay.
and string up a tent.
Okay.
But you have to stake it, so
Right.
you have to be the way I had it configured in the garage. You didn't have to stake it;
Right.
it was self-supporting. But if you're on a motorcycle and you're dealing with dirt, you can just take one of those poles and
So
and
I
get a
guess
hammock up.
the question is that since you've done all this investing in camping shit, are you going to try to do some motorcycle camping?
I probably could. I mean, I've gotten into the lightweight stuff because my truck has gotten so heavy, adding all the stuff onto it, you don't realize how much weight you're throwing on it. But when you're adding skid plates and, rock sliders and roof racks and bed racks and all your stuff, you're overweight on the truck. I mean, the truck's only designed to haul so much weight, and you're already, I'm 1,000 pounds over that.
Did you build up your suspension too?
Yeah. Oh yeah. The suspension's all changed, and I went, leaf springs in the back that could, I think it's 800 pounds over stock capacity they'll hold. So.
Well, okay. So, but you said you could do it, but are you considering motorcycle camping?
Well, Jay and I have been talking about it a little bit for something this summer. We're definitely going to do another overland deal. I think we're going to do Colorado again and Utah, go into Moab and Zion, and do a Utah thing. At least that's the preliminary plan. So we'll see. We're gonna do something.
Maybe you should take your truck, Tony, and hook a trailer to it and tow your all's bikes out there. And then ride.
Yeah, maybe. It's a lot.
That means maybe's no in Tony's life.
Yeah, maybe's a hard no, to be honest with you. On that one, it's a lot to do these trips, especially when we're 2 and 3 vehicles deep, and there's no. Every day is a adventure because there's no destination, there's no place to stay. Everything has to be done that day.
Sure. So you're doing this build out on your bike, Prentice. What are your do you have any trip plans?
Yeah, I've got let's see. I know at some point, we're doing Panama City, which is that's like 6 hours, but it's still a 6-hour ride or 12 hours there and back. And then I want to go to Tennessee. I'm probably not go because I think I want to bring the family with me, so I'm not going to ride to FDBM. I'm not going to ride to Wyoming or Oklahoma, which I know I have to go to one of those this year.
Are you gonna trailer your bike to FDBM?
Yeah.
Does your wife ride with you?
No, she used to, and then like the second that in 2017 we had our daughter, and she's like, nope, good. So I got her to ride with me last year to Bike Week, like one night. The kids were gone. I was like, look, like this, let's go to just ride with me out. So we rode, and I had it as comfortable as the bike could possibly be. It wasn't on the fast Dyna. It was on the, I had a 1998 Evo Dyna. It was mint. It was perfect condition with the backrest, nice seat. And it was great. We had a great time. And then I'm like, so what do you think? Like, you want to ride more? So like, no, I'm good. Like, I hated myself the entire time. I'm like, dude, it's fine. She thinks like something's going to happen to both of us. She's like, one of us fine, both of us not good.
Right.
Like, all right, it's just mom brain.
You can't. I mean, that's mom head, right?
Yeah,
I mean,
that's mom brain
falter for
sure. No. So that's it. She won't ride, but she's obviously cool with me doing it and doesn't have any qualms with that. So
it's okay if you die. That's what she.
Yeah,
okay
she doesn't need
to
raise the kid.
Clearly, she sent the message that it's okay if Dad dies.
go and she hits the lottery, man.
Yeah. My insurance is a lot more. Yeah. I have very strong life insurance. So we're
I do. Very strong. It's like fucking hitting the Powerball.
She's probably thinking of ways to make it happen every once in a while. So
I always question when she brings me something to eat or drink for no reason. Here, drink this. What?
Yeah.
That nail in your tire, Prentice, didn't just magically appear, did it?
Exactly. Right. Yeah. No, that's So those are my planned rides. I got to do something with the exhaust. So hey, you know what? If you're listening to this and you're like, hey, I have an idea of what exhaust Prentice should get, put it in the Discord where you can go and talk to us anytime you like.
Fucking Discord.
Yeah,
fucking Discord. I have my own channel and it's just me posting shit in there. No one talks to me. I'm just like, hey guys, I'm here.
All right, everybody get out there and send Prentice a message so he stops whining like a little baby.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And then let me know if you have, and you guys, it's
probably because you talk about Indians all the time.
Yeah, I do. I'm the one. I think they're, you know what though? We did, we had a party over the weekend that I went to, and there were like 3 or 4 guys have made the switch to the Challenger. And I did the Indian demo rides last year, but my main focus at Bike Week was to compare the Lowrider ST to the Sport Chief, which obviously I couldn't stand the Sport Chief. It just wasn't for me. People said I got a fluke of a bike, but I couldn't stand that bike. So I didn't look at the Challengers, but I got to see a couple of them up close because I've been like, I'd be down for looking at Challengers. They're fucking massive.
Yeah, they're fucking huge.
They look so much bigger than the Street Glide or even the Road Glides do, but they look huge. And people say they're amazing, but I'm still going to ride one at Bike Week just because I love the way Indian handles their test rides at Bike Week. They're like, here's the keys. It's got GPS on it. You know the route. Go for it. And you can do whatever the fuck you want. It's amazing.
Nobody's going to steal it.
Exactly. Yeah.
That is not how they handle them here.
Yeah. So that's I'll ride it, but where was I going with this? Oh no. So the Tab Performance, you guys know Tab Performance, right?
Yep. Yeah. I just threw away some mufflers.
Right. So everybody has like the Tab, like slip-ons, and they got a whole thing. They make a 2-in-1.
They do.
It's a full-length 2-in-1.
Yep.
Red Line is it? I think it's called.
Yep.
If you have that or have any experience with that, let me know because
dude,
I've heard it makes decent power.
It's fucking loud.
Yeah, Professional Monkey, a friend of ours on YouTube, he just put a 2-in-1 on a bike he was doing, and he loves Tab. He thinks that Tab pipes are the best sounding pipes on.
Is he the one that has the tip, the custom tip on it? Okay,
it says just the tip on it. Yeah.
Yes, I love that. I fucking love that. So that's kind of where I was like, I wonder and then I kind of did a little research, and people seem to make decent power out of them.
Yeah, Tony's garage doors have never closed the same since we started. Since we started my bike in his garage with the Tab pipes on.
That was the loudest fucking thing I've ever. I thought we fucked something up. I was like, something's fucked up, man.
What are they called? The zombie baffles or whatever?
Baffles,
yeah.
Like it'll wake the dead. I think that's the zombie name.
So good.
I really do like the sound of mine, but it is very loud. But yeah, so
send me a clip of it. I like
it. It
a high quality clip.
Justice. It doesn't.
It doesn't.
Yeah. I will be kind of, I think, quote unquote, Andy's going to laugh when I say this, finishing my performance bagger build, because I said a long time ago I was done, but so I'm going to be adding the collection from Advan Black that they have chopped bags and a chopped rear fender and new side covers and a shorty front fender. And then I'm going to go 2-in-1 pipe also, but I'm going to go the opposite direction. Everybody was telling me they thought I would do the Tab, and I think I'm going to go for more performance, and I'm going to do the S&S lava chrome pipe. I think that will be such a crazy look on my bike. So
I think it's time for a new bike for me. It's been 3 years.
Yeah, really. You're about ready for that first oil change, aren't you, Tony?
I am getting fucking close, man. Time to get rid of it.
Got to get rid of that 1,000-mile oil change.
Got to get rid of it. No reason of doing any maintenance.
Yeah.
Is it the Sidewinder? Is that what you're thinking about? I mean, the lava chrome is like a finish, right?
It is a finish. Yep. Yeah. So I don't remember if it's a Sidewinder.
I had that S&S pipe on the what was that? The Street Bob that I had. That was a fucking nice pipe, man.
Yeah, my buddy has the what's he have? He has the brand new one, the Super Sport.
Yeah, that's what I had. That's what I had.
And it's like it looks sexy, and I haven't heard it in person, but like all the, of course, videos.
They're not very loud, but I will say that was the only pipe that I've ever put on and went out and felt a difference.
Really?
Yeah, because usually you put pipes on, you come back and you're like, oh yeah, it feels better. No, it doesn't. Right, it just sounds better. When I put that S&S on, I came back and the bike was noticeably more peppier. That was the only pipe that I've ever used that's done that.
Yeah, it is the Sidewinder pipe. So Sidewinder in the lava chrome finish, because that's kind of a not chrome and not black. So it looks silver. So I think it'll really look good on my bike.
I don't know how we've gotten a word in with Andy tonight. She's talked her ass off.
I know.
That's the one right there.
I was just looking at the same photo.
She cracked up. Oh, she's back.
Can't get it to focus, but anyway, that's the one right there.
I will be honest with you. I'm listening to you guys talk about all this, and there's these videos going around on Instagram and TikTok about like women watching football and the commentators and what the things that they say and how absolutely filthy it sounds when they talk about specific things.
Yes.
And so
when you get proper separation, you always get penetration.
So I'm sitting here listening to you guys talk about pipes and, Ryan's talking about, raincoats, and I'm just like, this is like basically the same thing. This is like verbal porn. That's all I can think about.
Well,
They've popularized a new phrase in the last couple years, and it got really popularized this year because of these athletic quarterbacks. They're calling it the tush push. Jesus. Yeah. And it's basically when we used to call it the quarterback sneak when we were kids. Right now they're calling it the tush push because they have somebody line up behind the quarterback who literally pushes the guy forward.
Yeah, let's be it's the fucking Philadelphia fucking Eagles. That's it's not everybody.
So speaking of football, how about this fucking the Redskins? Can you believe they fucking won a game?
Hey man, first one in 20 years.
I know, it's amazing.
Yeah, they're about to get torn down though.
Their quarterback's breaking all kinds of records. He's playing out of his gourd.
They got rid of that fucking owner and got a good quarterback.
Yeah, their quarterback's good, real good.
I'll be the first to say I'm sorry for your loss in Detroit on Saturday.
No, I'm not a fan of the Commanders or whatever the fuck you call them.
The Commandos? You're not a fan of the Commandos?
No.
Once again,
no. I've actually gotten a lot of enjoyment over their 30-something years of being losers. Being that I'm from Dallas. So.
Hey, dude, your team's not going to win until they get rid of their owner/general manager either.
Yeah, that guy's just going to be a fucking zombie.
He needs to get his face out of that team and let a coach and a general manager run it, and then he might actually win.
Saying that for 30 years, bro.
Yeah,
the whole world's been saying that for 30 years.
Yeah. Well, anyway, getting back to the bikes. So that's my plan with my motorcycle this season. And then my riding buddies, we talked a lot about we didn't camp at all last year, and we always tried to make 1 or 2 camping trips. So this year we are going to be putting a focus rather than on a bunch of bigger trips. I think we're going to do 1 big trip for sure. And we are going to be focusing on maybe some shorter camping trips. So like leave out right after work on a Friday, go land someplace 200, 300 miles away, camp Friday, maybe Saturday, and come home on Sunday.
Those are good trips, man.
Yeah. So, I mean, we're really thinking we're going to do that. And I really want to try to, I want to, so if anybody knows, I put it out there in Discord and everybody fucked around and didn't give me. So I'm asking for some real things. Go on Discord and I want to know, what do you cook by the fire when you're camping? Because I want some like legitimate campfire recipes, because we always do the kind of traditional steak and potatoes and onions and wrap them in tin foil and throw it right on the hot coals and cook. And we've even cooked on, we did it in Horse Thief Campground, which is, Andy probably knows where this is at. Yep. It's what direction would it be, Andy? Is it north? Well, it's in the Black Hills anyway, but it's outside of Hill City.
Well, it's south of us.
Yes, south of you guys, but it's by Hill City anyway. And we cooked on flat rocks. So we found flat rocks, put them in our fire, got the rocks really warm, then poured water on them so it would like clean off the rock, and then cooked steaks right on rocks in the fire. So we did that when we were camping up there. But I'm looking for some legitimate campfire.
Do you take any fucking cooking shit at all, or are you just going right over the flames?
Yeah, we have cooking utensils, but we try to do 1 meal where we cook like in the coals or like out over the fire. So, and what we've usually done is the whole steak and potatoes thing, and we'll go and buy, and it's worked for us. It sounds silly, but it actually works really good. We go buy like a roll of tin foil, and we wrap it right onto the picnic table. And so when you take your food out of the fire, you dump it right on the tinfoil that you've put on the table. You eat all your stuff on that. Then you just wrap it up and throw it in the trash, and there's nothing to clean up. It's actually super handy.
Yep.
So then all you have to do is bring your EDC knife that you carry with you and a fucking fork, and that's all you need. Because we go, So, but that's what we always cook. So what I'm looking for is ideas, and we've done the eggs in a beer can. We've done that too. So,
have you done the beer butt chicken?
Beer, we've not by a fire. No, I mean I've done it in my grill.
You could probably pull it off by a fire. You know what else? You could wrap up like a pork butt or something.
I bet you could.
in tinfoil and just throw it in the ashes in the coals and just let it ride there for hours.
Yeah, you probably could.
And do some roasted pork.
Throw it in there before you went on your afternoon ride and come home at the end of that probably would work, dude. That's a good idea. That would work.
You could have roasted pork sliders. So that sounds pretty good.
That does sound good.
I like kielbasa. Anything that's, round in the
cased
round
meat.
Yeah, cased meat. Sounds good.
Yeah. You know what's really good, but I get burned every single time is though the jalapeno not kielbasa, but what's the other one? Brats, like jalapeno brats.
Is it because it burns coming out?
It always fucking the juices always squirt in my mouth and burn
they do.
The shit out of the inside of my mouth.
Part.
I bet it is.
Yeah, it is.
So I just found something out on 2025. Gave me a little bit of a surprise. On, let's see, it would have been last Friday. So the 10th, I found out that Greg and I got a new motorcycle.
Hey!
What?
What the hell? You're just now saying it.
Well, yeah, because apparently Frank has now claimed the trike as his own.
Oh,
and
wow.
He officially said in front of our financial advisor and everything that Greg and Andy now have the Heritage Springer.
Wow. Wow.
So
wait a minute.
I think that Frank made out in this fucking deal.
So you traded a new RG3 for a Springer that makes an ungodly sound going down the road.
It's not an RG3,
It's
Dave.
just
it's not
the
an RG3.
the freewheeler.
It's a freewheeler.
Oh,
Yeah.
I thought you guys got the RG3.
No. That's too expensive for my taste. But it was just hilarious because we're sitting there with financial advisor. We meet with them every so many months, and they were talking with my dad, and they're like, at one point you talked about getting a trike. He's like, no. Greg and Andy bought me one. Literally his words. Greg and Andy bought me one, and now they have, and they can have my Heritage Springer. And I was like, oh my God, I don't know how that came to be. But I guess, Greg's happy. He got another bike out of the deal. So whatever. It doesn't matter. But yeah, so that was my 2025 surprise. But no, he has been riding it. Like whenever it's nice out, he takes it out. So he's really enjoyed it, especially since we got that Legend suspension put on it. So that's been fun. But
he's been taking the trike out. Your dad has.
Anytime it's nice enough that he just takes out the garage, rolls with it. Yeah, it's been
good
fun
for him.
I know.
Good for him.
I love that.
Yeah.
So as far as like 2025 goes for us, like we've got a lot of motorcycle stuff planned per usual, I guess. But like we're going to Mama Tried, so we'll be hanging out with a bunch of FDB.
Keep rubbing it in.
And then
Bob told me 20 tickets for the races.
I know.
You motherfuckers. I'm so.
Fun.
It's like this thing. Like I want to be upset about it, but like my daughter's doing this great show, and it's the last show of her senior year. So like I can't. I'm not gonna feel bad. And I'm like, there's gonna be another Mama Tried, but he told me 20 tickets.
Yeah, Mama Tried will always be there.
I think that's pretty great though, that we have
been.
Duran
Duran.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, that's
God damn, I can name that tune in two
That
notes.
is Hungry Like a Wolf.
Yep.
That was my alarm going off, reminding me that I now have to fast for the next 12 hours for surgery. So,
So anyway, I think it's pretty crazy that we took a situation where we were like first timers at Mama Tried, and we've loved it so much that Bob's buying. He's going to call. He's trying to get a package deal, right, for the race tickets. So, but there's like 20 tickets he's going to be buying for the races, and I was like, man, that's pretty awesome.
So yeah, we're doing that in March. I'm super excited about it. And then in April, we always do Arizona Bike Week. So that should also be a really good time. And then May is when my busy time starts. So we have
That's right.
We have our first motorcycle club coming in the second week of May. And it basically works out like almost every other week throughout the summer. I have a group of motorcyclists coming in that are 30 plus bikes. So it's going to be a really fun summer. And then after that, well, somewhere in there, and I don't really know if this is motorcycle related, but it's FDB related. Greg and I are going to be headed to Daytona. Hopefully hang out with Prentice for our anniversary. So we'll be
hopefully
down
on
there.
Your anniversary night. You know what I'm saying?
Well, Andy,
We are not pineapple people.
Whoa.
I hear Apprentice is a good fluffer.
Yeah.
He can put that nude suit on.
This is the state of Florida.
So I'm I don't know if any of my friends are going to come, and even if I only can drive down on a Friday and drive home on a Sunday, you can tell Greg that I will be down to ride with him this summer. So
okay.
I'm going to be making a trip to ride with Greg, because that was supposed to be the plan last year.
Yes.
And I'm going to be riding with him this summer.
So how far are you from the Iron Horse, Ryan?
6 hours, right?
I'm about 600 miles. So I'm 12 hours on a bike.
Well, that's a pretty good fucking lick. That's
long.
around the corner, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
But for Ryan, that's nothing. I mean, for most people, yeah, it is. But for Ryan, that's nothing.
I'm ornery, so yeah.
Well, it's 600 miles from my door to Tony's, and I've routinely done that in one day.
Yeah.
It's about 650, and then you pull in gas stops and all that, and it ends up being about a 700-mile day. But regardless, I've never done it. I every time I do it, we do it in one day, even when it was 155,000 degrees when I went out there.
So I just went, Greg's still doing physical therapy. And so they're finally getting to a point in his therapy that they're talking about like actual leg strength, because initially they all had to work on like movement, ankle movement, knee movement, different things like that. So now we're focusing on strength, and they did this test, and I'm not going to share too much information because that's his shit to share. But now we're focusing on regaining strength, especially in that thigh of that left leg, because he was immobile for so long. And so the therapist has given us some tools as far as like some things we can get at home. So last Saturday, we just bought a whole bunch of stuff, and hopefully it's delivered next week. And I've always complained about the fucking number of motorcycles that Greg has, but as of right now, there is a blessing in it all, because there's, with the way that his legs, the discrepancy in the strength of each leg, he would never be able to get on that street glide and be able to confidently, unless it were just an easy ride, potentially never having to have uneven ground or anything like that. As of right now, I don't think he would be able to feel confident in holding that street glide up. What is it, like 800-900 pounds? But as of right now, he has multiple motorcycles to choose from, that are far, easier to maneuver, like the Springer. He has the Ridley, different things like
Dyna.
that. Dyna, yeah. So there's, this is the only time I'll tell you there's a blessing in having 6 motorcycles. But, so yeah, that's gonna be really interesting to get him back to I don't foresee, I should say, the street glide being his main source of motorcycling next year. But yeah, but we have other options, so that's sure. A good thing.
Prentice, are you guys aren't going to Tennessee over Easter, are you?
No, I don't think so. This will probably, when I ride up, it'll probably just be me. Maybe my homie that's also from Tennessee, but you never know.
The reason why I ask if you're not going anywhere over Easter is because we are going to be in Florida over Easter. So we just got daycare for our dog, so we're going to go over Easter out to Florida. So
yeah, I'll be here.
We don't know where.
Wherever you are, I'll find a way.
Yeah, we don't know where yet. So I will keep you posted. But we are researching options. So.
Sweet.
I will definitely be in St. Augustine at some time.
Yep.
I don't know
that's
when.
only an hour from me.
Yeah, it's close.
So that'll be sweet.
And then let's not forget about FDBM, obviously. We have that in September.
FDBM.
In Gettysburg.
Yep.
So
I forget. I think that's like 13 hours for me, I believe.
So
it's forever and a day.
That's in Virginia, right?
Gettysburg, Pennsylvania.
Pennsylvania.
Yeah. So, Dave, I'm gonna tell you this. I was gonna wait, but I'm not gonna wait. I just decided at the spur of the moment I'm not gonna wait. Not anymore.
Not this year.
But Dave, I will see you, FDBM, whether you're there or not. So I've talked to my boys, and we're going to be riding to Virginia.
Ooh.
If you cannot come to FDBM, and whether or not you can even come and see us, even if that means that I stand outside of your house and rev my motorcycle and wake up all your neighbors, we're coming to see you. So I will be leaving. If anybody wants to come with me, I'm going to be leaving FDBM on a Sunday, and we are not fucking around. We haven't even checked the mileage, but I'll be riding to Dave's house and then riding home from there. So if anybody's interested, you can ride with Bob and Nick and I, because it'll be the three of us for sure. Nick is down for whatever, and we're going to ride out to see you. So
well, now you're going to make me start crying. But
I put it out there.
But my goal is to be cancer-free and at FDBM. That's my goal.
I know that's your goal. I'm just telling you that if you're not there, I'll be there. So.
Oh, I love you, man. I appreciate that.
Well, I think that it's like serendipity. I don't even know if that's the word. That's not the word.
Serendipitous?
But I think it's I think I love the fact that it's going to be out east. Because that's obviously going to be the best option, for you, Dave. Even if it's a last minute decision, I think that just opens doors for you, and that is probably the most important thing right now. So that's pretty exciting that decision was made for whatever reason, right? It was.
What's our dates on that?
12th, I think,
of September.
12th through the 14th.
Yeah,
12th through the 14th. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean it's because it's not that far away. So at that point, I will either be post surgery or post radiation awaiting surgery, and even if I can't ride the bike at that point, I should be able to get in the Beamer and make it up there.
We did the mileage, Dave. This will be the longest I've ever ridden for an FDBM.
Really? Wow.
Yeah. I was going to say that's a fucking haul for you.
Hell yeah,
yeah. We're actually thinking, Nick and I have talked about it. We're going to leave Wednesday after work, and we're going to try to crack off because it's September, so it'll still be dark out pretty late. It's 1,600 miles, 1,700 miles. I don't know.
It's almost as long as my ride out.
Almost, yeah.
West,
It's a minute. So I think we're going to leave out after work on a Wednesday, and we're going to try to crack off 300 miles, even if we just stay in Minneapolis, and then we're going to head that way. So I think our way down, we're gonna brave all of the shittiness. We might go through Chicago, and I mean we might just hit it hard. I don't know yet. We also might avoid Chicago but just go a little bit the other way. But
I can definitely give you guys the most optimum route. Because I've done that so many times going out. Actually going both ways. So
that would be a good idea. Yeah. So if we come back, if you end up not being able to go though, what we talked about was maybe taking a different route back. So we might go through like West Virginia or just do something different just to crack off some more states too. But either way, we're down for it. Bob's got something on the horizon, and Nick has his brand new bike that he purchased last year that he's gotten to.
What did Nick get?
He got a 2024 the changeover body style black Street Glide.
No, nice.
So he got the Me Too Street Glide.
23 and a half, right?
Whatever they changed the body style, he's got that new one.
Yeah,
and
with the lights and the fairing.
Yep, the lights and the fairing. Yeah, we had to make some. When I say we, I say we because we actually helped him. The bar adjustments are actually really cool. You can adjust the bars on the fly now because you take out the glove box and the bolts for the bar adjustment are right underneath and inside the glove box, so you can adjust them. So we had to tip his handlebars forward. We had to make some adjustments to that bike for him to make it comfortable. And then there wasn't a windshield available. So he had really shitty wind protection when we went out on a trip to Colorado. But he's got all that squared away. And and he's even got a trailer that he used on his Heritage that he might put the hitch on. So we will have plenty of stuff to bring along. So
it's sketchy shit, dude.
What did he put on for a windshield?
I believe it's a Clockworks, Andy. I think it's a Clockworks, but everybody was so far behind. They had the Road Glide windshields out way sooner, and the Street Glide, for whatever reason, just took a hot minute. But I think he put a Harley one on for a minute, but I think he has got a Clockworks windshield on there now. So
Clockworks. I just threw one of those away too.
Damn.
Oh, man.
You weren't kidding about the trash guy.
No,
Worse than I am,
crazy.
dude.
Shit away, man.
We just
Speaking of that, aren't we going to have somebody lined up from Clockworks here after a while?
That's right, we are. His name is Shelton. He'll be here February. Is it 10th? Is that a Monday?
Okay.
That
Nice.
seems like a Monday. The 10th sounds like a Monday.
Yes, because the 10th is my daughter's birthday, and we're celebrating on the 8th, which is Saturday. So
Yeah. So
that is a Monday.
Yeah, so yeah, he'll be here. We've met him and ran into him at multiple places, but the Iron Horse, which is the place that Greg and I own with my dad, we sell Clockworks, cleaner, motor cleaner, all of that stuff for those people who need it when they're traveling through. And Shelton is the gentleman that we worked with, and come to find out, after talking with him at a few different shows, such as Arizona and in Sturgis a few times, he actually has, I hope I'm not saying this wrong, I believe he has designed specific things himself that Clockworks now sells. Like, it's his design. It is his stuff. So, I mean, he's very, this is my generation. He's very gifted and talented, if you will. But, so it's fun to chat with him, and, he's got a great personality, and he just knows a lot of shit about motorcycles. But yeah, he'll be on in February 10th.
Were you a gate kid, Andy?
A gate kid? I don't know what a gate kid is.
It's a gate kid.
So here, she just said it, gifted and talented, gate. So like they had, when you went to school, if you were, a smart kid, you got put in the GATE program, which is gifted and talented. So they give you that you had accelerated classes and that kind of stuff. So.
I was, and that would shock most people nowadays, I'm sure. Because now I've matured, and now, I'm, it's not that I was actually, that's the interesting part about education, right? It's I was gifted and talented at that time. It doesn't necessarily transfer into adulthood.
It doesn't translate. When you look back, you're like, damn.
Hey,
the kids now, like, I could read and write, and that put me in the gifted and talented program.
Hey, the kids now can't write, so figure that one out.
I wasted it all.
They don't know cursive. Yeah, write something in cursive if you want to fuck up a kid right now.
Yeah, they can't write, but boy, they can fucking two-finger type like nobody's business.
Oh, yeah,
they can't read a fucking map either. I mean, if GPS goes away, they're fucked.
Or fucking give them a 20 and tell them to make change.
Oh, and you're no kidding, right?
Fucking lost in the weeds on that one. What?
Okay, so I did hear that if it goes Boomer, Gen X, Millennial, Gen Z, Alpha.
It goes Boomer, Gen X, idiots.
Y, and then Alpha.
I think so.
I heard that the new generation, the ones that are being born right now, they are going to be called Gen Beta. That's got to be the most offensive generation, because we all know what beta means, like, in general. I mean, that's like, how offensive is that just to begin with? They're gonna come out of the womb with pissed off.
Does it seem like they're shortening the cycles of the generations just to make shit up anymore?
They're going to get something better.
What I think is really funny is they've named a generation Alpha, and all of us know that Gen X can whip all of their asses. So why call somebody an Alpha when they're just straight screwed?
So I will say this Gen Alpha, they're saying that Gen Alpha is going to have the work ethic and the desire, because there's always these peaks and valleys. They're going to be they're going to end up being a lot like the boomers. They're going to work really hard. They're going to be the next generation. Well, that's what.
Well,
I don't know.
they have to make up for millennials.
They ought to
because
just call
fucked
them
up
like
everything.
silly putty. Jim
Yeah,
silly
because,
putty. Just soft.
you know, Greg worked in finance for a lot of years, and then the theory was after about 3 generations, all the wealth was busted. I mean, the first generation makes all the money, the second generation benefits, and the third generation fucks it all up. So, it's got to start over. So,
Andy,
Alpha
are you a cusp baby, or are you and Greg Gen X?
Greg is definitely an X. I'm a cusp.
So you're like
a Xennial?
So you're like a millennial Gen X kind of.
Exennial, where it's that's what they tell me I am. I don't know.
Right. So you're
I was
like
born
a cusp.
in '83. I don't know what I am.
You and I are the same age.
I think I'm a millennial, right?
Yeah.
Well,
Very
technically
close,
millennial,
You're a cusp.
but Xennial.
You're probably a cusp. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So and I think a lot of the cusp depends on like how you grew up. Like obviously
Where you're raised, how you grew
where
up,
you were raised, and I was raised with very little in shitty
Farm.
South Dakota. So I think that helped.
I'm a millennial in the streets, X in the sheets.
Oh, I like it. I like it.
And Prentice grew up with a banjo in his hand, so we know what
right.
that makes him.
But he has all his teeth, so we're happy about
I do.
that.
Most of them. Yeah. Most of
I
them.
bet he has a tattoo that says "fuck around and find out," though.
Hold my beer and watch this shit.
Bend over and I'll show you. So good. Guys, I'm changing my 2025 plans. I'm selling my bike and buying a Pan America.
Oh my God, when we were out at Harley.
I'll tell you what, you may not be surprised what happens around the Cox household with that. I'm just saying.
Dude, 150 horsepower
boy.
and like 100 foot-pounds of torque. Like, let's go. Like, I don't have to do anything to it. Let's just get on it and fucking ride it.
Are you thinking trading to a Pan America, Tony?
Thinking about trading and going to an adventure bike.
Adventure? Oh, not a Pan America
Well,
though.
the Pan America is definitely. It'd either be a Pan America or it'd be the BMW, one or the other.
Oh no, bro! I don't think that Pan America will like go down that low.
It won't. That's the problem. See, so now the
does.
BMW, they make you have to order it, but they make a lower version.
It has the adaptive ride height. It goes
Yeah, I
down.
know, but I don't think it goes low enough. For
Yeah,
Tony.
not for me, man. I got
does.
fucking alligator legs.
We have a friend named Matt, and Matt is.
Oh yeah, he's shorter than Tony. I met Matt this summer. Yeah.
He
He's
ride
got
a
a
Pan
Pan
America?
He does.
Yeah, he
How
rides,
long
he
are
rides
his
the shit out of
legs?
it. He rides the shit out
Yeah.
of it. He is. I mean, I can pick him up with one arm and throw him. He's
Dude,
not
I'm only
very big at all.
5'7". I'm only like I'm 5'7" on a good day, and there's a video, Tony, watch it on YouTube of a guy who's 5'6", and he does an honest review of it with the adaptive ride
With
height.
the adaptive.
Yeah, and it actually he almost can flat foot it when it's down.
Yep. No, those bikes
You
are
just have
pretty
the
incredible.
reduced seat too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you get if you
I
get
mean,
the
you can make them work. I mean,
if you get the adaptive ride height and the reduced seat, you're in business.
but the thing
Dude,
is,
you can
if
find
you
a used
do
one for
take them
14.
off road, though, you need more than just to be able to stand over it and balance it.
Give
Yeah.
me that. You will not take that bike anywhere that you need that shit, Tony.
Probably not. I'll take my truck, but
The first time that
it'll
thing
look
gets
good, though.
dirty, the first time that bike gets dirty, you'll be like, "Oh, I fucked up. I made a mistake."
yeah, I might have.
See, I thought have you seen the leaked photos of the new lowrider?
No.
No.
Yeah, is that the one where they had the new edition bags on it, like the side profile shot? Is
Yeah,
that the new
it
lowrider?
looks like they tweaked the fairing.
Yeah, it looks like it has a completely. I guess it's an M8 motor, but it looks completely different, does it not?
Is it the new ST?
It's there's a new ST. It looks like it's got the variable, the VVT maybe.
Yeah, it looks like it.
That's
yeah.
what we should have talked about tonight. Were predictions of what's going to happen here.
Well, there's like leaks everywhere, but I don't know what the fuck to
Well,
believe.
that's 10 days away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we can talk about it next
I'll
week.
tell you what it's going to be. Colors is what it's going to be.
No,
I'm
they're
waiting to
coming out.
see, because they keep talking about the sport bikes.
Hey, it's on the app.
It's on the website.
It's on the app.
What?
On
Yeah.
the Harley app, if you go under bikes, it says coming in 2025.
Yeah, it's in
Harley
the it's
sport
in
bike.
it's on the website.
Wouldn't
too.
that be what was the name of that fucking thing? The Bronx.
The Bronx, yep.
No, they've said flat out Bronx isn't coming.
Yeah, they're not going to do that shit.
Well,
Yeah,
they're
if
going
gonna
to
do Bronx.
rename it.
They said they can't make the Bronx because of cost.
Yeah.
Oh,
They can't take it to market because of cost.
What about that shit that they're making overseas though? Like what's the aren't they making like 350 and 500 singles overseas? The X or whatever, the X500.
Yeah, they're doing that
in
with partnership of that. Where's that company? It's not the company in China. It's that other company. I forgot. But yeah, no, it'll be interesting to see. So all that's going to come out on the 23rd.
That's the VVT motor. If this is legit, that's the VVT motor,
right?
Yeah.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
That's at least a 117 VVT.
Yeah. If that's legit, yeah, that's going to be the VVT motor. That'll be a bad motherfucker.
Still, it's not going to be as fast as the fucking Pan America though.
No.
Yeah. Pan Americas are stupid. I watched one, like, I've seriously been like, maybe I'll look at it. Just, something new, something different, whatever.
Dude, the fucking
but it's like, it runs like 11.7.
Fuck.
Yeah, true. Yeah.
So my dealer told me they're not doing the Rev Max. Now they'll order one for you, but they're not participating in the Rev Max in 2025. Any of them.
Really?
Yeah.
Tony, you remember the guy that you were kind of watching there for a while, the guy from Arizona?
Refresh my memory.
He just did that biker build off with Blockhead.
Oh yeah,
Cruzy.
Ryan Cruzy.
Yeah.
He's in love with that Nightster, dude.
Yeah,
he is building a whole shitload of parts for that Nightster now. Yeah. He said that bike is a bad motherfucker.
Well, the thing is, I never understood why it didn't take off when it first came out.
Mm-hmm.
Because
nobody was stocking them.
Do what?
Nobody was stocking them. If you can't go in the showroom and look at them, you're not going to buy that.
I mean, Bluegrass had them. They couldn't sell them.
Mm-hmm.
They also couldn't sell the ST though either. Like I remember, like the dealerships down here, one of them, I think it was like Seminole near Orlando. It had like fucking 20 brand new STs that they couldn't.
I think when you do something brand new like that, that's such a fucking change. It takes a minute for people to warm up to it. Because that Sportster was a dramatic fucking change from what it was.
Yeah, the Sportster S is supposed to be like stupid. My homie that used to work at Harley, he says he worked corporate. He was like, I'm not gonna say shit, just ride it. He said, just go ride one and let me know what you think. I'm like, I'll give it a shot. I haven't done it yet, but
yeah, that's what Cruzy says about that Nicer. He's like, that's a bad motherfucker.
Mm-hmm.
So,
well, coming off a Dyna.
Yeah, well, he said he's just tired of making Dyna parts, so they got him. He got a Nicer and
new shit, man, new shit.
Mm-hmm.
For sure. Well, that gives us our 2025 plans, right? I mean,
I
think so.
We got it out there.
We determined that you weren't gay.
Well, not yet.
Not yet. Or you were
not yet.
You were reformed, you said.
Maybe. And we all experimented in college, didn't we?
And that nobody will steal an Indian. They'll bring it back.
But everybody does need a wild ass.
Everybody does need a wild ass.
Yeah, that's in my plans too, honestly. That or a rear suspension or both. I definitely need the wild ass.
Have you not put Legends on your shit yet, Prentice?
No. I don't think I'm gonna.
You got to put that on the fucking list.
You got to get rid of that fucking suspension you've got.
I'll tell you what, man. I'll be the first to say that I used to think suspension was bullshit, that you didn't need it. First thing I do to any bike now is going to be suspension.
Yeah.
It's a fucking huge difference.
Yeah, I need to look into that for sure. That or just get rid of it and get the Pan America.
Get the Pan America.
There you go.
Don't need anything.
I got on a Pan America into the showroom and the sales or the guy was the sales guy or whatever you want to call him. He was a Pan America rider and he goes, hey, and it was on the center stand. He goes, just bounce up and down on that thing. And I could not believe the suspension travel. I was like, what in the fuck is this?
Have y'all ridden one? Has anyone ridden one?
I have not ridden one yet.
I have not ridden the Pan America.
I sat on one, but I haven't. Volts keeps trying to get me to take his out. And since he got it, I'm just like, I don't want to.
Is he happy with his?
Dump that bike. Huh?
Is he happy with his?
Yeah, no. He says it's the most comfortable bike he's ever had. It's
Yeah,
he loves it.
I'm fearful of the foot leg position. It's a little bit sport bike-ish to me, and it's kind of underneath and behind you a little bit, and I'm not sure if that's my jam.
Got to be able to stand on those pegs when you're going through the shit.
Right. Know? Well, I get that. I mean, I understand what that's for, but that positioning just seems like I wonder how comfortable it would be for me. You know what I mean? Like I feel like my feet would just slip off those pegs, but
yeah,
that's why you got to have those boots with the little heel on them. Catch your boot on them or whatever. But
there we go.
There we go.
Well, fucking A, man.
Buy Wild Ass. Join Discord. It's fucking free.
It is fucking free, isn't it?
Become a patron. It's not free, but you can support us.
That's right.
Buy some fucking merch. Is the merch shop open?
The new one's not open yet. The old one's still there and serving up old stuff, but the new one should be open here soon. We're still trying to roll out Patreon shirts out of that.
No, right on.
There we go.
Cool.
All right.
We're going to make a 2025 calendar with Ryan. That's coming soon.
I'll be holding a wild ass and only only a wild ass.
You're going to be holding the wild ass.
Right in front
Same
of me.
picture
Right in
every
front of
month.
me. Yeah.
Same picture every month, just different angle.
I'll pose a bunch of different ways, just holding the
Or
wild
actually,
ass.
every month's
like one
going
of
to
those
zoom in a
flip
little bit
books.
more.
Yeah, like a flip book. Zoom in a little bit
A
more.
little bit more. Wait till December.
All right. Well, good night, motherfuckers.
Good night. Hang
We didn't
around.
say a
I don't
lot
know
of
which
that.
theme song we're going to have playing at the end, but it'll be one of them. Bye.
Peace.
Five dirty bikers rolled into town. Apprentices glide, growling rubber laid down. Ryan looking ripped, he's playing the stud. Andy knocking beards flat, leaving 'em in the mud. Dave steel rod swinging all through the ride. Tony's bucket of parts and a mouthful of fight. We heard of a party, something wild and strange, out in Amish country, past the corn and the plains. Rumspringer's calling, let's twist the throttle tight. The barn doors are open, it's a hell of a night. It's a Rumspringer rumble churning up the hay. Keg stands and whiskey, the Amish gone astray. Churning butter in the corner, shots in the air. Dirty bikers and the Amish, what a perfect pair. Apprentice rolled up, said, who's got moonshine? Ryan arm wrestled a farmer, had 'em both reclined. Andy's dancing on a wagon with a pitchfork in hand. Dave's out riding circles, the king of the land. Tony's shouting, fuck yeah, more firewoods, jacks. The Amish kids are wild, dropping molasses jacks. We taught 'em how to shotgun a cold Bud Light, and they showed us how to churn butter all night. They said no buttons, no zippers, just pure debauchery. Turns out these Amish can party like me. It's a Rumspringer rumble churning up the hay. Drunk buggy races, the party's underway. No rules, no curfews, we're raising the roof. When the barn burns down, we'll call it the truth. Well, Andy kissed a blacksmith, Prentice lost his hat. Ryan's breaking fences, ain't no coming back. Dave's teaching buggies how to corner and drift, while Tony's screaming, fuck yeah, what a gift. It's a Rumspringer rumble churning up the hay. Keg stands and whiskey, the Amish gone astray. Churning butter in the corner, shots in the air. Dirty bikers and the Amish, what a perfect pair. So if you hear us coming, best clear the way. We're the five dirty bikers, raising hell today. From the barn to the bonfire, we're rowdy as can be. Rumspringer forever, that's our legacy.